The opinions you're about to hear are solely the opinions of your Ham Right podcast. Our intent is to inform and entertain, not to offend. So sit back, relax, and we finna get to this business, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be listening to us in the world. It's your Ham Right podcast with your boy C-Ham, aka Cal L. And as always, with my brothers by my side.
That boy D-Ham. Also, we got a special guest in the house. That boy Lou Doc Johnson.
Lou Doc, friend of the show, man. What's up
going
with you, man?
on with the brothers?
Good
How
to have
doing?
Good to have you in here, man. See you representing your Coach Lou Barbecue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had a great catering on this afternoon. So I'm excited to be here. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, we finna jump right into it, man. But before we start, man, I want to send a shout out. I want to send a shout out to them Florida Gators, man.
Man, how about that?
Them Gators.
Them Gators. Since you're doing that.
Basketball season, though.
Yeah.
Basketball season on this end.
Yeah, hey, the only basketball, man.
Basketball,
That's
baseball,
representing our
football.
brother.
Yeah, he Gator year round.
Yeah.
But just basketball season on this end.
Oh man, yeah, and thank y'all for the ongoing support, man. That interview went over the top,
Right.
man. That was a pretty big deal, man.
Well,
So,
bro,
y'all,
yeah,
thank
it
you
went
for
good.
that, man. So the Florida Gators men's basketball team won the NCAA championship this week, man. This is their third championship, dog.
Yes, sir.
Their third
Yes, sir.
championship.
And Gainesville showed out, and they represented, especially, the hometown and the students. As you can see by this video,
Matter of fact,
it
yeah,
happens every celebration, boy. Somebody gonna do something, get drunk, and do something foolish.
indeed, man. Y'all check this video out. That's what you get. That's what I got to
But
say.
he gave a
to that,
thumbs
man.
up, and he got transported to the trauma unit, and he's gonna recover. But he had a few broke bones, as you can see. I'm surprised he's still living.
I know, right, man? So we was gonna be giving congratulations and condolences all in the same breath, man.
And the same breath.
Oh man, so all right, man. You got anything to say about them Florida Gators, man? That's your squad, man. What you got to say?
Hey, listen, man, I'm just excited to be a Gator fan. You know what I mean? It's nothing like being a Gator fan. And that's across the board. We ain't half doing this. You know what I'm saying? We do great things in Florida Gator.
You gonna make my brother take his U out?
Yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to let my brother know I love him, but them Gators real. Baseball, football, soccer, tennis,
backgammon.
That's how we do it.
Man. Hey. So with that being said, we finna go ahead and just move on. We probably should edit that whole segment out. Doctor to go ahead and he done gated that thing out. Man, look here.
Oh man.
Hey, but reason why, we love having you on here, bro. But this particular time, a couple weeks ago, the big controversy with the Marvin Sapp situation, with the video that came out a year later that we said we knew was old.
Right.
It just resurfaced or whatnot. A lot of people had a lot of stuff to say about
they
it.
tried to bust us over the head, man.
Oh man.
They tried to bust us over
With
the
that
head.
being said, you reached out, because you family.
Yes.
Reached out and you said, hey, he's on Ricky Smiley's morning show. Check it out.
Yeah.
He, told his side of the story, which was great. We checked out. And of course, you being, man of the cloth and the clergy and whatnot. No, you a brother that I know live by the word, preach the word,
Right.
practice what you preach.
Yeah.
So what better person to have to
You've been
come on
deacon
and
in multiple
represent?
churches, you practice what you preach, bro. So who? Yeah, exactly, bro.
What better person to have on and come on and represent, man? So, all right, man. So, like you said, let's jump right into it, man. I'm gonna ask you something. So, what are tithes in today's church, and what purpose do they serve?
Listen, the tithing really, in the church today, compared to, us, that have been brought up in the church like myself and you, things are just different, man. The tithing nowadays, first of all, we're supposed to be doing the 10%. And I get that we have issues with people wanting to give because we know that old saying, the building fund, you really never see anything being built. So that has put a fear in us doing right. But yeah, today's time, man, is just totally different. Tithing is just not where it needs to be when it comes to doing your part as a Christian. I think that the modern folks are not, I won't say all, because we know there are some that are doing what they're supposed to do, but it's definitely not the same as when mom and dad was doing it.
Right. And that's what we was talking about when we was on there. You know, we're not saying it's everybody, you know, the way y'all tried to bust us over the head. We're just saying some people, you know, and the thing about like what you were saying, in reference to the building fund. You got tithing, you got the building fund, you got the benevolent offering, you got the regular offering, you got the youth offering, you know.
We're asking a lot.
Yeah, I always thought that tithing, that's what tithing would have been. Tithing would have been covering all of that.
You know,
but where in the Bible, that's the King James version, depending on which one you follow, that was made by man. Trent, where does it say 10%? Now it does say pay the church somewhere in the scripture. I can't tell you exactly which one.
Scripture that,
but it don't say 10%. So when did 10% come into play? I thought you give what you can.
Honestly, I think that's really, that's what you should do. And I'm trying to think exactly what, because there's actually the 10% is actually in there. I just can't think of where. I've heard
I take to the storehouse,
right?
And everything like that. That was in there. But I mean, like you said, it's evolved. You look at the New Testament and the Old Testament and the New Testament, you know, and although they coincide with each other, it's supposed to evolve.
Yeah. Yes.
It's supposed to evolve. And
Absolutely.
To me, it's all based off of interpretation. And let's get on to the Marvin Sapp thing.
Yes.
What we was talking about now. As we said, you know, we knew that we was gonna shake some people up and piss them off and everything like that. You know, but you know, we was talking about it earlier. If you have somebody on that's always having the same opinion as you, then your show ain't gonna be worth nothing.
Absolutely.
You know, but when he got up there, I think that his delivery, to me, I'm speaking for me here, his delivery was a little bit off. Like you said, he was on a high from just preaching and everything like that. But how would it be received if he would have said, you know, give what you can. Our goal is $40,000, you know? And I tell y'all what, if you heard the Ricky Smiley interview, he spoke of how much money he has and everything like that, and how well this organization that he was raising money for worked for him and everything like that. So have everybody give as much as they can, and whatever don't make it to the 40,000, then he put that in there. You know, how do you think that would have been received?
Yeah,
Vice, close the door.
Again, you know, I definitely, like we said, we talked off our line here. Me and my brother Calvin, and like I told him, my opinion again, with me being in the modern church world, and I think a lot of it, not making excuses, that I don't want to offend anyone, especially my everyday Christians. But in the situation here, I do support Pastor Sapp in this incident because of him definitely coming on Ricky Smiley, explaining himself, and saying, you know, I get what my brother is saying, that we should have maybe worded it, and he admitted that he should have probably worded it wrong. But I also, just being a part of it, know that him coming off a high of just preaching, you can see his shirt wet and different things like that. And again, I'm not making excuses, but I just know, being a deacon and watch pastors, you know, and then I know about being a part of the church associations, and there's money, that a lot of money is raised at those events. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
So his goal was, and in his mindset was, I need this money raised. And so, true enough, he could have, like you say, he probably should have said, okay, whatever is not raised, I'll take care of it on the back end. But at the same time, I feel he was on a high of just coming off a message, and him saying things the way he said it was because of that. You know, his energy was at one place. I know I got to get this done, but I'm just getting done with preaching, and now I'm going into trying to make sure we get this money that needs to be raised for the organization. So again, we all got opinions on it. Looking at it, I do still got much respect for definitely Pastor Sapp. Now, here's another thing I want to say to you, bro, while we on this subject. Don't get it twisted. There's some crooked ones out there. All right. There are some that are out there that done went left, and it's more about them. But again, listening to the interview on Ricky Smiley, you know, he didn't even, you know, the money, he don't even know exactly how much money raised. He just know that there was an amount that needed to be raised. So at the end of the day,
you look like you were ready to jump in.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Yeah, definitely.
Like, and again, we listened to it, and it was a great interview.
Yeah,
and it cleared up a lot of unanswered questions.
Right.
Also, when I heard how his kids, you know, worried about him death threats and all that, and
now that didn't make
that's
sense.
foolishness. Are you serious?
Yeah, they taking things to
a whole nother level. That's crazy, especially he's a widower. So, like you said, I'm the only parent they got. So now his kids are worried. He had to get extra security. He's right. Ricky's right. You're right. See, y'all was raised.
You right too.
Oh,
I'm right too.
Yeah.
Right.
So
we all right. We all.
I wasn't raised in the church like that. Right. So I don't know. I'm not church people. I believe in the Lord. I believe in heaven. I know it's something after this.
You have your own relationship.
Right.
As we all
My faith ain't as strong as others, but I'm not no heathen. Sometimes I do call myself heathen ham. but I ain't, you know what I'm talking about? But so like he cleared up a lot of things. But there was some holes in the story too.
Yeah.
Talking about, he told him to close the doors because church is getting robbed and stuff like that. Yeah, it is. But you just said in the same sentence, it's a civic center. I ain't been to not one civic center where it's a big event and ain't some off-duty police or working overtime or some security there with fire on their hip working the doors or so. Yeah. Why you only said close the doors when it was time to pass that plate around for the third time? And he apologized, like you said, dog. He apologized for his delivery. Because, boy, when you said this right here, it costs to be up here. And how it be over a year, but you don't know you knew how much to ask for, but you didn't know how much you're raising if the goal hit. Come on now.
It's some holes. And me and Di, we all talked about it here also, how like we know that when the pastors say the doors of the church are open, that means, you know, you still have altar call, you still have all types of things going on, you know, to include offerings. Right. You know, the doors of the church are open. You can go ahead and go. Now, when them doors are closed, you can't even put that church finger up, you know, to walk out or walk around or anything like that.
Absolutely.
You know, so what?
But I want to say this too. Now, again, here's the thing now, you were saying how much he was saying, I gave the church $30,000 or this amount of money every month.
Every month. Long? Yeah.
But then he was talking about how profitable and smart he was with his money and how much money he made and how much he sold. So you was paying, so you bragging about paying tithes in essence, because that's pretty much what your tithes is. But I feel like what he was saying is like how I wholeheartedly feel about like coaching and, you know, people who work for free, volunteer their time, because that's a hard job. At the end of the day,
what you say? You can't do it,
bro. Coaching for free or pastoring, being a deacon, and all that stuff. There, being a reverend, because a lot of people, mega churches and big churches, that's their full-time job.
Absolutely.
The majority, their primary job is whatever they do for a living, and then they are clergy.
That's right.
And people of the church.
That's
You understand what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right.
It's very few, and no matter how great they are, they could be some of the best sermon givers and one of the most righteous believers there is in the word. But because of where, whatever the case may be, location, congregation, finances, size of the church, just whatever, umbrella of instances, they don't have, but then other people can have a 5, 6, 7,000. The average is 75. What they said on the interview, 75. The average congregation of a church is 75 people. Think how many churches it is in the United States for the average to be less than 100. So I commend them because to be with people in their worst of times, in death, at the happiest of times, in marriage, and it's just
24/7 on
right.
call.
Yeah, it's a. And so that's my here's the other side of that too, bro. Is that just like Ham was just saying, Calvin was saying, is that it's a full-time job, man. And like you just said, Derek, that there's a lot of time that you got a lot of these pastors that are still working full-time jobs, man. And it's a full-time job with being a pastor, man. I'm telling you. And that's why me personally, especially in my training as, I became a deacon and getting ordained to be a deacon, man, just the lessons that you learn to understand that being a pastor, man, it's a lot of work into it. And a lot of times, man, some of these pastors don't get respected for the work and the coverage of the church that they're responsible for. That's the other piece. So that's why me personally, when this situation came out, and even when I seen my brothers here doing the interview about it, I said, man, now this was one of those ones that my brothers definitely should have had me on because, I'm serious about that. I'm serious about the leadership and I know some of these conventions, man, they can be outrageous on what they're looking for the pastors to bring for as an offering. A lot of times when you do those conventions, I've been a part of conventions where not only the church has got to put up like anywhere from $250 to $300 on the table. Then that pastor got to go in his pocket and put anywhere from $100 to $200 on the table. So it's a lot involved, and sometimes you don't see where that money goes. You see what I'm saying? So it's good and bad when you start being a part of those big conventions and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And again, I don't want to bash the conventions because the conventions are really for lessons to learn about the different things that you should do to better your churches.
Okay, my thing on it is, and maybe you could help me understand this. A lot of that stuff is, especially with offerings and everything, they tend to say, when you don't, then you're not going to get blessed. Like, if I don't put 10% in this plate, then I'm blocking my own blessing.
But what about the people who can't afford to give 10%, but give 10% or more, and they ain't been blessed in years? Every time you turn around, somebody done died, they done lost something, they barely holding on. Yeah. Jeffrey Osborne style, like, you understand what I'm saying?
And the word is live by faith. So, that's kind of hard to do when your lights off.
Hey, listen, trust me.
I know you getting it from both sides.
Right, absolutely. I definitely get exactly what you brothers said, but the key to all of that is just what you just said. When it comes to this Christ walk, you just got to have that faith of a mustard seed to believe that whatever the situation. Here's the
Old Testament on it.
Now here's the other side to that. And I've been in churches of my Christ life where they want you to give, and y'all know there's some out there, and we already talked offline that
we talk about it right now.
That we ain't gonna speak of certain churches that want to want all your money. And I'm saying, you know your lights need to be paid. You pay your lights. Okay, I don't care what Pastor such and such is saying and saying that you ain't gonna be blessed, and you know that you got that light bill that's gotta be paid on Monday. Please go pay your lights.
Listen to Doc.
All right? Please go do that.
Listen to Deacon Doc.
Okay. And then maybe the next time that offering come up, you can give your 10% or more.
Yeah.
But go pay your lights, pay that water bill, pay that rent. Don't listen to them pastors, because some of them out there. Some of them out there. I'm going to just say that. Some of them out there.
Out there, I'm talking about living good.
Yes.
Trying to live like TD Jakes. Bishop Eddie Long. Speaking of Bishop Eddie Long.
I said we ain't calling nobody's name. We just said
the beginning.
Hey,
you said we
weren't going to call no
names. We
names.
don't call no names.
We didn't. Hell, I did. That's an excerpt from Lottery Ticket with Mike Kelly. Talking about, I want to be big time. I'm talking about TD Jakes. Bishop Eddie Long. You know what I'm talking about on Lottery Ticket. Yeah. All right, so that's that. But on some real shit, where we from, now it was always a running joke, this particular church, and I ain't gonna say no names, they definitely ain't.
Ooh, definitely.
Boy, if you went to that church, you'd be like, oh, well, you done got... well, you done got...
Hey, man, we said we ain't gonna talk about that, man.
hey, so that's number
they
one.
know where we from, man.
So that's number one. Number two, man, this cat living like a prince. Living like a prince. Elevators in the house. I'm talking about back in the 80s. Driving double R's. And I ain't talking about this before Pop. Talking about rolling in a double R. I'm talking about rolling in a double R in the 80s. You ain't see nobody with a double R, but like Don Bishop want one. Like,
my Lord.
Come on, I'm saying. And come to find out, them urban legends and them neighborhood jokes talking about, oh, you done got locked in that room, and come to find out it was true.
Lord have mercy. Didn't we say
why half the congregation living in poverty?
That's what you was getting to, right?
That's what you was getting.
That's what
I had to get to
boy, but you still went around that corner. Right. You went down that road and turned down left.
It's
and we
real, baby. I was the first to do it. It was you, baby. Hey, but I'm just saying. But half the congregation living above the right above the poverty line, or the poverty line.
If not
below.
Absolutely. But on the serious, you're right though. You're right, bro.
And we made jokes about it, and people in the congregation stuck up for them, and just like the Catholic Church. But it's just like everything. As always, some bad apples spoil the whole bunch.
Yeah, absolutely.
And honestly, real talk, just to end the conversation, the Marvin Sapp situation, it was like a tale of two stories.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like he said, some of it was clickbait. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, his delivery could have been better.
Yeah.
And he acknowledged that.
And he acknowledged it.
He didn't realize that he was human.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
And if you're not church folk, you really don't understand the ins and outs of church and stuff like that. Because them ushers, boy, let me tell you. He said some real, like, I ain't went to church enough, but I went enough with, boy, them ushers like soldiers. It's the reason they wear them white gloves.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because they know they're finna get their hands, and they're ready for whatever.
You're right. That's right.
So when he say, hey, do this, but
they was in protection.
How Malcolm X did? Hey, and when
that's
you ain't
too much power for one man to have.
If you're living that church life, you see it different. But at the same time, he admitted his mistakes. He
definitely did that,
and he's smart with his money. No one said, but at the same time, no one said it was like you was asking for that money.
Right.
We just said, how you gonna sit there and be like, it cost come on now, Jesus didn't offer no price for you to walk with him. But hey, I'm gonna leave it alone. What's the next topic?
Oh man, so here we go. Like we said, and Doc said it earlier, our intent is not to disrespect anybody or anything. Absolutely. But these are our opinions and you have yours. And we're gonna give you the right we're gonna give you the opportunity to express your opinions. You can hit us up at Your Hand Right Podcast yahamright@gmail.com. That's YAHAMRIGHT podcast @gmail.com. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and you can comment, and we will get back at you and mention it here online, man. All right, I think it's a perfect time for a break, dog. What you think?
Oh, of course.
All right, let's take a break here. With the deadline to filing tax returns on the horizon, we'd like to refer you to our partners at Credible Tax Pros. Chanel Johnson is a trusted tax expert who specializes in individual and small business tax returns throughout these entire United States. Credible Tax Pros is offering up to $7,000 in cash advances to qualified filers.
Boy, that's a whole lot of money, boy. That's heat.
Man, that's before we even filing, dog. For more information, email Chanel at Credible Tax Pros. File your taxes with Credible Tax Pros and Chanel Johnson and mention code YHR25. That's YHR25 to receive a free vacation when filing. Chanel Johnson at Credible Tax Pros. Credibility you can count on every time.
Every time, all day, every day.
Welcome back, y'all. That last conversation was hot and heavy, so we already know we're gonna be getting some feedback on that, man. But now let's move on to let's save some relationships, dog. Let's save some relationships.
Save.
Let's save some relationships, man. Oh, so this week we're gonna be talking about, is there really a green light to cheat? Yeah. All right. So the reason we brought that out is because out on the internet right now, Usher, R&B singer Usher is ruining relationships out there. There's a man who filed for divorce because his old lady was at the Usher concert eating cherries, acting crazy, man.
Like she Cleopatra, or she in Rome somewhere getting fed grapes and fruits and stuff. Well, go ahead and play the footage. You got
and forgot that she married?
Oh, man. And he paid for the tickets.
All right, so hey, we finna play this video for y'all.
Wow.
Y'all check this out.
Y'all, I have to record him, y'all. He's doing too much. What? You doing too much.
You had him you sit up here, go to an Usher concert. You let him put cherries in your mouth,
What are you
Bridget.
saying?
You let him. I'm your husband.
Usher.
And you recording me?
It's just
you recording me?
Yes,
so
I am recording
video?
you.
What you
I'm going to use
tell
this as
everybody
evidence to show people how
so
you are
tell-
always operating in your feminine energy. Again,
Energy.
you're constantly in your feminine energy.
Feminine energy.
I cannot deal.
Feminine energy.
I cannot. Look at you.
Energy.
Get it together,
You let him
Cedric.
stuff cherries down your throat. You let Usher put cherries in your mouth. And you talking about feminine energy?
Babe, everybody did that. What's wrong with you?
You talking about feminine
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah. Hey. I have to do this because you're just dramatic.
Whatever.
Overly dramatic. What is your
Whatever.
problem? What do you think get back in this? Get in this house. Get in here. Leaving me? You could never leave me. What is your problem?
You know what? Anything but that. You embarrassed me. You sent that. You did.
Cedric, you just make sure that's what you want to do. You don't think that I can have somebody in your place
You're married.
8 ways from Sunday.
You're
Do you
married,
understand?
woman.
Do you
You're
understand
married.
me?
You're married,
Okay,
woman.
I understand. I
You're
understand. The only thing you should be embarrassed about is your behavior. You're out here acting like a whole female.
I'm gone.
Get back in. I'm not gonna beg you. I'm not.
I'm gone.
What I'm not gonna do is beg you.
Okay. All right. See you later. Yeah. Divorce papers be in the mail.
Oh, so you're gonna do another man a favor? You're gonna do another man a favor? Guess what?
That's not the only way. We brought him Chris Brown a few months ago, and his meet and greets and everything like that.
Usher and Keke Palmer thing jumped off.
Yeah, that
caused
jumped off.
Issues with her baby daddy Darius.
Yeah. So let me ask y'all, man. I'm gonna say this. All right, so I have a past. All right, and my past is not past, a pass, PASS, because I got a past too. But Jill Scott is my past. Jill Scott is my past, and my geriatric past is Patti LaBelle. Just because I would just want to hear her saying "Somebody loves you, baby" in my ear. Or something like that.
All right.
So my lady, right there.
Which was sweet nuts in your ear.
Do that and make me a sweet potato pie.
Right.
On my own.
So
why do we live this way?
Now with my lady, that's my past. But here's the thing, man. And she has a past too. Hers is David Banner. my thing is, man, those are just words. To me, those are just words.
Okay.
I'm not finna. If I had the opportunity to hook up with Jill Scott, and here's the thing, there may have been a time where that would have went down, but I wouldn't do it simply because I wouldn't want her to do it. You know. So what you saying now?
What the hell are you talking about? Like I'm trying to like.
Well, I'm going into it, man. I'm going into it because he said that she embarrassed him. She went to an Usher concert now.
Okay.
And as you saw in the video, he was like, you embarrassed me, and you did this and you did that. So to me, there's no justification for the disrespect.
I'm about to electrocute myself. I'm about to spit this drink out on these lights.
No, I want to hear your take because you don't like.
I want you to finish your take. Please finish your take.
That is my take, man. I think that he's justified in leaving. I think that she was wrong for what she did because she disrespected. Even though she went to the concert, that doesn't give her, a green light to be able to do what she wants just because she had the opportunity to do it. Absolutely. If she did that with the lights on in front of 20,000 people,
right?
What would she do with the lights off? And ain't nobody around.
Now you preaching. I listen. Trust me. I'm totally in agreement with. She's offline. Way offline, and I'm gonna try to keep this clean. I know my brother over here, he's kind of got the fidgety and all that because he ready to really clock in. But again, I'm gonna try to stay very professional, but probably some of the stuff my brother to my right gonna say, I'm probably gonna be most likely in agreement because I probably would. I probably lose this little religion that I do have. If I would have been in his situation of the disrespect, especially when I paid for them tickets.
That's off top.
So that's all real
off top.
That's all top. That way you just violated majorly and then you trying to record me because I'm going in. Hell yeah, everybody. Oh, see, there's a reason why. I'm supposed to be going off. I don't care about you recording me. You know what I mean? Because you done disrespected me.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So I'm supposed to be upset.
Stop running your face into my hand.
You know what I mean? So, but that on the serious she was offline majorly, way offline.
Right, what you got, D?
I told y'all got this.
No, man.
I want no parts of this, boy. Cause boy, the way she talked to him, she been talking to him like that.
Yo.
And boy, I sat there, you know how we do, bro. We sit there and we make sure everything we put out A1 and it's authentic and no, watered down reproduction or fake stuff. Somebody was like, damn, it might be fake. Some of it might be real. But even if it is, it's plenty of females out there that we know that's like that.
Absolutely.
And boy, if she been talking to him like that.
Yeah. She's very disrespectful.
She been talking to him like that for years. And you saw the neighborhood in the house, the vehicles in the driveway. You living good. And that's how you talk to me?
Right.
I'm like Illinois hoodlum. That's how you talk to me.
And that's how you act in them streets.
Right, that's right. I let you go out. That's what you do.
Feminine.
Man, yeah.
Now you degrade me, talking about call me the C word, all kind of stuff, and you record me, so you finna further embarrass me,
right?
And then talking about what the next man and
open the doors for the next man.
Man, I told y'all need to talk about y'all.
Man.
Y'all got this. I'm leaving.
Now we're gonna leave this over here with our brother Calvin.
I'm on that Mr. Big Ron Isley. Girl, I'm about to have a fit.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be
I wasn't done. I think y'all better leave this play.
Okay.
Because I already done did this right here.
Seriously, man.
Because I'm about to catch it.
Yeah.
Man, that's just this.
Yeah,
disrespectful, man. Despicable and disrespectful, bro.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah. She way out of line.
And And the fact that she talked like that, let you know he been putting up with it for years.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he don't.
That's why I say he gonna come back. That's why I say he gonna come back.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's why I say he gonna come back.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He been dealing with it.
He been dealing with that for a minute. Yeah.
Boy,
yeah, you can tell.
Just switch bodies with him for 48 hours. You know, like that movie Vice Versa with Kirk Cameron and
come home
Dudley Moore or Just Ride Home. You know them, boy. Boy, Hammer have a right, boy.
Oh man.
Boy, oh Lord. Boy, we found it.
Yeah, we better leave it alone.
Yeah. All right, so here's the deal. Y'all hit us up and let us know. Is there a green light to cheat?
No, ain't no green light to cheat. Either leave people alone or don't. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Leave them alone. Walk away from it.
And at the end of the day, truth be told, I'm just talking crazy. Hey, if it causes you that stress and that turmoil, it ain't worth it. Hey, if it violates your peace, leave that stuff alone. Let it go.
Let it go.
Because it ain't worth you dealing with. You better than that. Hey, if it ain't worth the time and energy, why entertain it? Let it go.
And here's another thing, just to add to that.
What?
Here's another thing to add to that too, is that there's somebody out there would appreciate.
Oh, of course.
What you doing, my brother.
Of course.
So all that while she's saying about doors open for another man, there's also open doors for another woman to see that here's a good man that give you the opportunity to go fellowship. I'm sure you most likely went with your girls and to hang out. He give you the opportunity, and then you go out and be disrespectful to you. You're a married woman, so that's why it's set up. I can talk all day about this because it's another subject that I got well experienced, and there ain't no way in the world I would be happy with my wife accepting to do something of that nature. Ain't no way.
At the same time, though, I commend him because he ain't call out her name.
Not once.
He ain't run up on her. Like, that's why I was like, is this for real?
You're right.
I was like,
right.
He ain't cuss her. He ain't say, like, that's what made me think, like, no, this can't be for real because he ain't call her.
Especially with her disrespecting him, recording him.
Hey, no, call the way she was talking.
And like you say, he ain't called out her name not one time.
Like,
you're absolutely right, bro.
He was saying his piece or his truth, but he didn't go in and out like most of us
sure
would.
Did. Yeah.
So I was like, dang, this might be fake. Like, maybe they're trying to not cuss or whatnot.
Because you're thinking about what you would do.
Well, and I think his thing was once he realized.
Me and my peers, you missed a lot. Like,
I think the other thing though, he realized also that I'm being recorded, and then it's a whole lot that plays a part of that. It could depend on his job and everything.
And when you in a different tax bracket,
right? That's what I'm saying. His job is a lot of reasons why he had to keep his composure.
He was tripping hard about you recording it.
Right.
You repeat that multiple times. So you trying to bury it. You trying to mess with my money.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she was filed now. I just bottom line, she was filed.
Again. This what? Get a phone book in your life. Public service announcement. Get a phone book in your life.
Oh man. All right, so y'all can hit us up and comment on this at your Ham Right Podcast.
Hey, I commend that brother though, bro.
Yeah, you're right. And you hit it on the head. He didn't call out her name.
No, he sure didn't. You're right.
No,
even with everything she was saying.
And if he stays with her, there's a green light to cheat. But at the same time, why even go through that? Put yourself at peace and let it go.
Yeah.
In the words of JT Money, let it go.
There's some other stuff he said too. For those who know JT Money.
Yeah.
And the Bible say, turn the other cheek.
Yeah.
And you reap what you sow. See? That boy know that I get biblical on him.
Yeah, it is.
Old and new. You know what I'm talking about?
All right, so y'all can comment on this at your handwritepodcast@gmail.com. It's YAHAMRIGHT podcast@gmail.com. I know he was about to go deep. He had to bring himself back.
Yeah, I do.
Both of y'all had to bring yourself back, man. All right, man. So All right, so let's get into some responses. Some responses from the question of the week last week. Would you save the dog? Now this is when we put out the video about the man going into the lake to save his dog.
The gator chocolate ate the dude, little chihuahua or whatever.
Yeah, it was eating him, and the dude jumped in to save him.
The little ponds we got in the back of our house and stuff. Yeah. Gator messed around, got his dog. He jumped in the water and grabbed the gator out the water with the dog in the mouth and pried the mouth open.
That's what I would have did.
You know what your wife would have said?
My wife?
Your wife. Miss Johnson. You know what Miss Johnson said?
She probably, what did she say? Because I know her.
Tell her what she said. Without looking, what she said.
Well, my wife, first of all, the dog, first of all, she don't even like dogs. Everybody else in the house right now fighting to get a dog. So
she the whole dog.
She'd be glad that the gator got the dog.
She the nay. Everybody else, yeah, she the nay, huh?
Right.
No, she ain't, but she got final say something.
Right. She holding us up right now.
All right. Well, what she did say was sorry. We can have a beautiful memorial service though. so that's from Chanel Johnson. Shout out to Chanel.
What's
all right.
Dad said, "Dog, Dad, if it was up to me."
Yeah, we know. Coming from that guy.
My boy Chicken said I would have been in the water for Jake. Yeah, Chicken loved his dogs. Like
that's his dog Jake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know I jumped in there for Buck.
Right. Yeah, you did. Boy, you got big gators in your water too.
Yeah, I'd have fought them off, man. All right, and this one's at Nikisha Browning. Yeah, don't care for them like that. Y'all need to get some pets in your life. All right, man. So what we got this week for this week's question of the week?
Oh, man. So just with the question of the week, we just saw the hating stuff going on with all the podcasts and platforms that said, hey, they're having rough financial times, and just that's unfortunate because, like, you know, over here we care about what we doing. We ain't care about what other people doing. You know, we want everybody to be successful and whatnot.
Absolutely.
So, I ain't even entertain that negative energy. It just was crazy how I was like, dang, boy, people like actually are hating and congratulating and rooting for other people's downfalls. Yeah. People that's been
it's real.
It's real.
Where success where you want to be at or hope to be at or half of that. Mm-hmm. But you want to sit there and just like tear people down. And us as a people, like our biggest issue, we tear ourselves down like crabs in the bucket. Like we always, all three of us. So we say, you say all the time, Doc, on your live.
Yes.
Which live you don't say, like, and you know, we touch on it often, bro. Like it's crazy. We're like, it's that crab in the bucket syndrome.
Yeah, man. We really got it bad.
And the hate was just crazy. I'm like, dang. So with that being said, because you know, we about positive over here. If it don't make dollars and cents, it don't make money, and it ain't worth the time. You know what I'm talking about?
That is.
And I meant it how I said it. True.
Right. That's what's up.
Topic of the week. Question of the week, I should say. Who is the biggest hater in movies? And it's a mean list.
Okay.
Because life is full of haters. Boy. So the list this week. Uncle Ice.
From Paid in Full.
For pulling. You got a pocket full of money. I could smell him with money. Fredo Corleone from The Godfather. Ain't the way I wanted it. You broke my heart, Fredo. I knew it was you. That boy Rico from Belly. I don't like that shit.
I gotta drop a dime on
I don't like that one bit. I gotta drop a dime on that.
Oh man.
That's what's up.
And Chauncey, last but not least, for Chauncey from Men's Society. Can't mean you, baby.
Gosh, man, that's gonna be tough to choose from, man. Cause 3 of them was involving somebody losing their life. You know, all of them was somebody losing their life, either going to jail or dying.
Yeah.
So, oh man, I'm gonna have to go with Chauncey, dog. Even
For real?
I'm gonna have to go with Chauncey, man, because I mean he turned hater because he got beat up.
And because of Ronnie. It was because of Ronnie. Where Ronnie find that?
Right, that's what I'm saying. He got beat up over Ronnie.
Hey, me and you, baby.
Me and you, baby. Me and you.
And he turned in the tape for him and old dog.
Right,
but,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but it was over a female, so that was like some flaw stuff. The thing is, Fredo from The Godfather, like he switched out on Mike, his own brother.
His own brother, yeah.
Because Fredo, you was wacky, you was soft. So that alone,
I knew it was you.
You're right.
You broke my heart, Fredo.
Rico from Belly.
That's that.
But that's a meme, man. Boy, you know, I said that in a heartbeat. That boy eating that banana. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I'm about to drop a dime on them. But number one, Uncle Ice, because that was based on a true story.
Yeah.
He really helped, you know, come up with a concept to kidnap his own nephew and hold him for ransom, cut off his finger, send it in, you know, at a McDonald's and send it through a phone call to let him know, and killed him over, you know, some money. Held his own nephew for ransom along with, you know, other people.
Anybody that owes me money.
Boy, that boy Mekhi Phifer. But Uncle Ice, because Uncle Ice was like, you don't give your mama no real money. You need to stay there, Ice.
Nah, he got kicked out. Boy kicked him out of the house.
Junkie.
Yeah.
So you saw, I could money making Mitch. I could smell him with money. I could smell him with money. I'm broke, baby.
Oh, man.
It got to be Ice, dog, because it was like based on a true story. And it was family. Even though Fredo ran up there. Like when somebody get called Fredo, that's like calling somebody an FN or talking about somebody's mama.
Right,
like, you Fredo of the family? Because everybody know. Even if you don't know The Godfather, you know Fredo was like, oh, he the whack and flaw one.
Traitor. Benedict
the
Arnold.
traitor, So for me, it's Uncle Ice, because Uncle Ice was a hater. He was a junkie, and it cost his real nephew his life. So but Fredo like ran up there because Fredo switched out on his own brother and family. But Rico from Belly, though, I don't like that. Also, Chauncey was over a female.
That's what I'm saying. All of them, dog.
Number one hater was Silky Johnson off Dave Chappelle's show. But he was a clear winner, so I didn't want to put Silky Johnson up there. You know what I'm talking about? I hate you for blessing you with so much and me with so very little.
Oh, Silky, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I was thinking about the other one that Donnell Rollins played, man.
Ashley Larry? Oh, you talking about
when they were doing the pimp.
Oh, it's Butt Nasty. And what?
Yeah, what he told Butt Nasty, he said, Butt Nasty, when you touch yourself, it's like black on black crime.
What's his name? He be spraying himself. Damn, what's Ashley Larry's name?
Oh, I don't know his name, man.
Oh, that's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
No, damn, we got to Google that. Go ahead, next segment. I got
all right, man. Well, now, why I'm giving them the call signs? Y'all can let us know who you think is the biggest hater out of Chauncey, Uncle Ice, Fredo, and Rico from Belly. Y'all make sure y'all hit us up. Your Handwrite Podcast at gmail.com. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll shout you out there. You found it out?
No, keep going. Keep on.
All right, so here we go, dog. Craziest thing seen on the internet this week.
Oh, man. So, boy, you talk about some craziest stuff. Please, when I tell you, this might be one of the craziest. This called Thin Back versus Big Back.
You know what?
Roll that footage, man.
Oh, man. Y'all check this out. She threw him out, man. Like, just picked him up by. She threw him out by his drawers. She threw him out by his drawers in the back of his shirt. Dog.
Man, what in the DJ Jazzy Jeff and Uncle Phil and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is going on?
Right.
Again, that's Thin Back versus Little Back. It ain't like how it used to be where you can mess with. But hey, they built different these days.
Definitely.
Boy.
Oh man.
Yeah, he ain't have a chance in that battle.
Huh?
Doc, you let somebody throw you out like that?
Oh man. Well, listen. Hey.
He was called Beautiful.
Hey. I don't think he had no understanding.
He was called Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It's spraying his head.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, so that was
but yeah, man, look how she toasted mine.
Man.
And boy, he didn't even get up, like, he didn't even jump up. He just like he just rolled with it like he was on fire. Stop, drop, and roll.
Walked to the door like it was normal.
What are you supposed to do? Obviously, he got done like that before. This been the first time it was captured on film.
Hey, for real.
It was like routine. Why he look like a stuntman? The fall guy.
Right.
Oh man.
And roll.
Oh man.
And like she do it like all the time. I was like, well, what in the DJ Jazzy Jeff? By the draws. Why ain't see some Tom and Jerry? Like, what is Tom and Jerry? Man.
For real.
Oh man.
Well, you better leave them big backs, thin backs, and big backs.
Okay.
Hey, it's weight classes out here.
Right.
It's limits and levels to this.
You say stay in your weight class.
I'm just saying, know what you're dealing with. Because, boy, let me tell you something. If she could toss you around like that, y'all was on to.
Just imagine what she was doing in the house, though.
Right.
No, just imagine what she do if she. Cause y'all was. I saw the stairwell. What happened? If she turned around and talk shit like that.
Ooh.
You don't, boy. Y'all on the upper room, the upper level, which equals the upper room. You can't do nothing with that.
Nothing.
You can't you can't even raise your voice because obviously, what she did him like a sandbag.
Like a sandbag.
For real.
Oh man.
Man.
Right, man. So that's the craziest thing seen on the internet this week.
Hey, so once again, we blessed to have that boy Doc up in here.
Yes.
Lou Doc Johnson, Doc Entertainment,
Hey.
high school coach, man of Doc. Tell them everything you got running where
Coach
they can
Lou
find
barbecue,
you at. Man.
Listen, man. First of all, it is always a pleasure to be on here with my brothers, man. It's a blessing what they're doing. We want you to continue to support what they're doing and getting information out to you. We want you to continue to like this podcast, man. But for as what Lou Dot doing, man, we right now wrapping up another season of baseball at Booker High and hoping that we make a nice little run here in district. We end up being 4-1 in our district, so
okay.
One of the top seeds in the district. Mm-hmm. So blessed to be a part of that and being able to still be able to coach. Also, we got Doc Entertainment, man. Listen, for those that are out there, Doc Entertainment, we got some stuff that's going on. Actually, in 2 weeks, April the 27th, we'll be doing 100 Men in Black and White. And we want to reach many of our men to be a part of this this service. It's something that God has put on my heart some time ago that we are looking forward to doing, and we want all support to be a part of it. Again, it's 100 Men in Black and White. Even if you don't have black and white, we still want you to come and be a part of this service. Again, the service is going to be at 4 p.m. at Christian Fellowship in Palmetto, Florida. And so, again, that's at 4 p.m. We're looking forward to
some details. We'll put it out there.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to get the information to my brothers here and have them to continue to help and support and advertise it for me. It's something that I've been doing about 8. This actually, I think this will be the 8th year that we've been doing this under Doc Entertainment, man. So we and the reason that I started doing this, I want to just tell the story real quick, is that in our culture, in our church world, we've had an issue with the women kind of overpowering the men in the church. And so this is something that the Lord put on my heart to try to have at least this one day to try to bring as many men I can back to the church. And so we're looking forward to it. It's being bigger and bigger every year. And so this is the reason that we do the 100 Men in Black and White, is to try to focus on trying to get more men involved in the church world. Okay. So excited about that. And then, of course, we got Coach Lou's Barbecue. We're going into bigger and higher heights with that. We are doing not only the barbecue side, we're also doing a lot of catering right now. Actually, we had a catering gig today, very successful with it. So we just want you to continue to keep praying for Lou Doc as God continue to give me things to do in this little life of mine.
Indeed.
Bro, tell them where they can catch you out on your lives. Because
listen,
you be consistent with your lives depending on what the baseball schedule will say. But then, depending on what jump off that week, or done rub your spirit the wrong way.
That's
you
right.
You might do a surprise live for like an hour notice.
Yeah.
It'd be 6 o'clock. Yeah. Doc going live at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Be like, it ain't Monday, it ain't Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's Friday, it's 8 o'clock.
And you definitely can find me on Facebook under all my names, Lou Doc. You also can find me on Coach Lou's Barbecue, also Doc Entertainment. So definitely Facebook, man. And again, like my brother just said, we definitely be doing a live, actually, not this Monday, because we're praying that we're going to win this first district game on Monday night at 7 p.m. at Booker High. So those tornadoes that are watching my boys' podcast, hey, let's come out and support that Booker baseball.
Absolutely. Go Tornadoes.
Yes.
Purple
Tornadoes are in the house right
Purple
here.
and gold all day, every day.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah.
Multiple generations of that purple and gold.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Indeed.
As always, we appreciate y'all tuning in week in and week out, giving us your time and your energy to watch us and listen to us. Be sure to check out our brother Lou Doc Johnson, one of the best brothers we know. Hey, we wouldn't have him on the show if he was flawed. Like
That's
just
right.
family
That's
right here.
That's right.
We tell you every week, stay humble, stay hungry, stay shining, stay blessed, and we truly mean that.
Yes.
Let's get a shout out to Sarasota SRQ Newtown home team.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to that boy Soda Boy Bub, that boy Trevino Da Vinci doing his thing, dropping mad hits and mad singles out. Be sure to check out that Green Light. His new. Also check out Lil Jenny's of Sarasota, Italian Isis, Cuz Calvin doing his thing.
Yes.
Also be sure to check out our sister and homegirl Maggie and her homegirl Tima.
Okay.
Hello Bestie podcast. Speaking of podcasts, check out our podcast homeboy and partner, that boy Talking with OC out there in Sacramento, out there in the Bay Area in California. Talking with OC and the podcast with no name. Also, that boy G Dep and his wife Hustle Bunny doing their thing up in New York. G Dep and them just dropped a new another CD single. That thing fire as always.
Yes, indeed. In his words, praise the creator.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Much love.
We appreciate y'all. We're gonna holler at y'all. Until next time.
All right. Before I get my little thing there, I want to give a shout out to my Atlanta family. Condolences to y'all.
Truly, condolences.
And everything like that. R.I.P. Willie King. It was a pleasure for me to be able to meet and be a part of his life. So I will always cherish and honor that. And in the words of my man Stevie Wonder, hate knows love's the cure. So y'all stop hating and get the loving out there.
Amen.
We out.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah.
Love y'all boys.
Yeah, I love you, man.